Hello. Beep, 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 beep. Welcome to the court of the Edijester. How are we? It's another day. Another day. Can you believe it? What day is it? I lose track, because my life's so weird. I don't know whether you ever get that. Most of you go to work, you got a weekend, you got families. Me, I'm like the bloody Wasser Chops out of Downton Abbey. Maggie Smith, what was her name? The Dowager Countess. What's a weekend? That's me all over, that is. Right, come and join us, Warrior Teachers October. Let's get started. Exciting. Other than that, subscribe, click the bell, notifications, all the usual. Subscribe to my Substack. Come and be a member on X or YouTube. Please yourself. What we got today? Well, I've been a mulling once again. And I'm mulling on how on earth are we going to make a country that is fit for the future? That's what I'm mulling on, because right now we seem to be managed by Luddites who think they're progressive. They're not. They're everything they say they are. They're not. They're not progressive. They're like sort of, monkeys wandering around throwing spanners in the works. That's how I see it all at the moment. Keir Orangutan Starmer. Chucking shit at the wall, doing what they do. It's an absolute nonsense. So I put together a little article just with a few ideas to throw about that I thought you might want to have a look at. So, the type of thing that I think might well safeguard the future a bit for people that are coming up, the kids that are going to end up living in the world that you and I and most of us in the next God knows how many years will not be here to be bothered about anymore. We should be 6 feet under or, spread on the Mersey or whatever it is you're having done to your body. Okay. So we ain't going to be here anyway. It's not our world, it's theirs. So we're going to have to deal with it. And I've got an article, some information for you to have a look at. How do we halt censorship and overreach in the UK by the state? And I'm calling it shielding freedom. Now, we've got loads and loads of cases, Joe Phoenix, Rachel Mead, Marion Miller, Maya Forstater, where things have gone wrong in regards to employers, etc. But we've also had debanking, such as from Women Scotland would debank Sex Matters, Our Duty, Gen Spec. They've all been through it, right? So we've got a number of things that we need to do, I think, and that's what I want you to consider today and let me know your thoughts on. So, for example, the first thing I think we need to do is it must be a legal requirement of all banks and payment providers to provide any individual with a bank account and a way to take payments. That should be the law. They should not be able to refuse anybody. What do you reckon to that? I'm not saying that they're going to give people massive loans. I'm saying at the very least you get a bank card and a bank account, which cannot go overdrawn, by the way. Right? So this is the basics. You can have a bank account. Everybody needs a bank account. And secondly, that I'm Mr. Joe Smith, who's lost his job. I'm going to put up a YouTube channel. Nobody should be able to refuse him a way of making money. Nobody. And they'll need to put severe restrictions on the fees these buggers charge. They will. So there's the first thing, right? That's what I think would be a good idea. It can help people that are up and coming, want to start their own small businesses online. Like that, I put up a video the other day of this young guy who listens to songs that people send him, and he gets all emotional. He's wonderful, right? He's absolutely wonderful, and it's like you're watching it for the first time. So that those sort of small entrepreneurial ideas. Now the next thing is content removal. Now, they often do this under the premise of protecting the children, and in one area, for example, sex abuse material, child sex abuse material, we obviously know that is against the law, and that should require immediate removal, and does, right? And then triggers investigations. So that's a record of a crime. Nobody's going to have any problem with us removing that. That's got nothing to do with speech, because it's about children and it's a record of a crime. Over and above that, I'm saying that there should be no laws passed ever to remove any content unless it is threats to kill which specify a time and a place, and unless it's threats to kill which specify a time and a place, in which case there's an immediate need for action. Threats to kill an individual, there's an specified. All that's covered by the law already. We've got all that, okay? So that's fine. But any other removal of whatever it is must only be removed if a causation of harm is established, not a correlation, not a fact that it makes me uncomfortable. I don't like it. People shouldn't be able to see it. It's got this knock-on effect. Forget it. Right? So we'd have to have absolute causation, scientifically proven causation, before we could remove anything. What about that? Do you think we should do that? Repeal the online censorship. That's got to go. Obviously that has to go. Then we have to get rid of hate speech laws. Right, so all hate speech laws go. All references to hate speech go. Any such thing as a hate speech rider, that all goes, right? You commit a crime, you go to jail based on your individual circumstances, which is always how we used to do it. So we repeal that. That's all got to go. Getting a search warrant, that needs to be made almost impossible. Almost impossible. So they can't get access to your details and anything else. They can't get access to your home. That needs to go. We need to pass a law that safeguards end-to-end encryption, ensuring that no organisation or government can have a backdoor to end-to-end encryption ever. We're going to need to create a free speech commissioner, I think, who is going to ensure that anybody who breaches those laws pays for it severely. And we're also going to have to defund all the NGOs. Every single one should not be funded by the government if they are calling for censorship or restrictions on free speech. That would be another good idea, right? Yes, right? And platforms, Facebook, whatever it may be, that remove speech that is not illegal should face the law. Then we need a big education program. Yay! Go out there and see the public and talk to the people and educate the police, the judiciary, regulators, all that sort of stuff about what exactly free speech means and that they don't have a right to be offended and that they better buckle up because we're not going to wipe their bottoms for them anymore. How about that? I know I'm mental. I just can't help myself. But go and have a look and see what you think. I mean, because I think this is a conversation we should have. We're going the wrong way. We don't, right? So we're not going to do it that way. We're going to do it the other way. We're going to do it the other way and make it almost impossible for the state or its organs to censor anything or arrest anyone. That's the direction we should be going. You know why? Because that's freedom, right? Whereas right now, there's lots of us going, no, I'd rather go the other way. What, you mean slavery, totalitarianism, authoritarianism, fascism, communism? Why are you going that way? It makes me feel safer. Okay. Say hello to the folks, Gracie. I'm going that way, right? Absolute free speech. Really difficult for the government to curb it in any way unless there's causation, which is scientifically proven and peer-reviewed, and the defunding of anybody who advocates for it. You know what that way is? What? Freedom. You think freedom's more important than safety? Yeah, I do, yeah. Don't you? No, think about the children. Well, which ones? Well, I haven't got anything specific in mind. What, you mean there isn't a specific child you've got in mind? No, we just have to do it for the children. Ta-da! Give my regards to Mao. What do you think? I think that's what we should do. Let's make it almost impossible for the state to do a damn thing. I think it's the only way forward, but I'm sure you will tell me in the comments what you think, which of course is that most of the time I'm just bonkers. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.